Imagine a factory producing metal shafts with a target diameter. The customer gives you upper and lower specification limits. Your process needs to stay between them. This is where CP and CPK come in. Both are process capability measurements used in Lean Six Sigma, but they measure slightly different things. CP measures potential capability. It looks at how much variation exists in the process compared to the specification limits. In simple terms, CP asks, if the process is perfectly centered, is it capable of meeting specifications? A high CP means the process spread is tight enough to fit comfortably within the limits. But CP ignores one very important thing, where the process is actually running. That is where CPK comes in. CPK measures actual capability. It looks at both variation and process centering. In other words, CPK asks, is the process actually producing output close to the target? Imagine a process with very little variation, but shifted too far toward the upper specification limit. CP might still look excellent, but CPK will drop because the process is no longer centered properly. That means defects become much more likely. This is why CPK is usually considered the more realistic measurement. CP tells you what the process could achieve. CPK tells you what the process is actually achieving right now. The closer CP and CPK are to each other, the more stable and centered the process usually is. The goal is not just reducing variation. It is keeping the process consistently centered within specification limits over time.
Explore free templates, calculators, courses, videos, and software tools at simplicityhub.co.uk. Simplicity Hub, making things simple.